ocean is curious, from the animals that reside in it to the wonders that lurk in the undiscovered depths. Most travel to the beach to soak up in the hot sun, feel the warm sand underneath their feet, or listen to the soothing sounds of the crashing waves. We all love going to the beach and finding shells, diving, surfing, fishing. But what are we doing to ensure beach safety and safety for the ecosystems that we cannot see? Surf fishing is a popular technique of catching fish while standing on the shoreline. It includes casting a lure, bait, or a net. It allows you to target various saltwater species that live in the near-shore waters. Unfortunately, there are consequences to surf fishing. Overfishing threatens the world's ocean and the food chain. This is a process known as fishing down. It disrupts the delicate balance of the sea's biological system. Not only do we have to worry about overfishing, there's also bycatch, which refers to the unintentional capture of non-targeted species such as sea turtles, marine mammals, and other fish. This can result in high mortality rates for the population. Surf fishing also causes habitat destruction, as fishing equipment and debris can cause damage to the ocean floor and coral reefs that serve as the foundation for most marine ecosystems. The next clip I am going to show is by a shark conservationist. Her name is Adriana. She goes into detail about a white shark that washed up on the beach in Florida. Authorities said that there were no significant signs of the wounds on shark. But she points out that there was a fishing line in the shark's mouth, and what happens when such a large marine animal suffers the fight of their life for being caught on a fishing line. It is important to know that sharks follow fishing activities, looking for bait fish or other natural prey. The presence of bait and fish struggling on lines can draw the attention.
So yesterday, a large female great white shark washed up on Navarre Beach in Florida, and the shark is dead. In all of the reports that I have seen, they say that the shark had no visible injuries. There's nothing that that could have led to the shark's death that they could visibly see. But sadly, that is not the case. You can actually see right here this fishing line and the hook that goes into the shark's mouth. And although we don't know that that was the cause of death, it could definitely be a contributing factor. But something else really interesting is that 3 weeks ago, this YouTube channel posted catching a large great white shark in the same beach on Navarre Beach. And another really interesting thing is that the fishing tackle that this group used when they caught the white shark 3 weeks ago is the same fishing tackle you can see hanging from the white shark's jaw that was recently washed up on the beach. So naturally, the first thing that I do is I go through and examine the video from the white shark that this group caught to see if it could potentially be the same shark that washed up on the beach. When I'm first looking at it, the shark could be a similar size, but this individual that was caught 3 weeks ago does look to appear smaller, and I can't tell if it's a male or female. They don't fully ever show the underside of the shark, so I can't confirm that it is a female shark, which is the sex of the shark that washed up on the beach yesterday. Another thing is that the shark that they caught 3 weeks ago actually has this really large scar on her back and a bunch of other scarring along the backside, which does make me think it could be a female from mating scars from the male shark. But again, cannot confirm, but that scar is something that we'll look at in the shark that washed up recently. So this is a shark that washed up yesterday, and you can see that there is no scarring or anything on the back. A wound like that could heal very quickly in a matter of weeks, but there would still be some remnant of scarring. And this shark that washed up yesterday does appear to be a lot bigger in the stomach area and just larger overall, which leads me to think that it is not the same shark. But the fact is, this shark has fishing line hanging from its jaw, and that very well could have contributed to why it washed up on the beach. The shark that was caught a few weeks ago was released, and you see the shark swim away, but unfortunately, when sharks swim away, that doesn't necessarily mean they are going to live. There are studies that show post-release mortality hours after the shark was caught and swam away, because they just can't recover from all of the energy they spent while they were fighting on the line. And no, it's not the shark from that video, but it easily could have been a shark that was caught by them, by another group, and either just bit itself free, luckily, was able to get free breaking or snapping the line, or it was released. But clearly, it did not survive. The shark is going to be going to a lab where they can do a necropsy on it, which is basically an autopsy for animals, and they'll get more information, hopefully, to see why the shark was deceased. But shark fishing really does not do anything positive for sharks. Even if you see the shark swim away, there is a high likelihood they do not survive. And I don't know how many times I need to say that to people. They just are like, oh, the shark swam away, it's perfectly healthy, it's all fine. When that's not the case at all. And it makes me so mad. Because then you see things like this beautiful, large white shark who seemingly swam away or got away when it was on the line, and it still did not make it. And unfortunately, this shark, they'll confirm it through the lab study, but she looks to be pregnant because of how she's carrying in her stomach and how large and round she is in that area. So this is an individual that is reproducing, replenishing the population, and is washed up on the beach, not being able to do that now. Not 100% confirmed or denied that is from fishing, but any type of fishing is not going to help them in any case if they are dealing with another outside stressor. And it really is so sad to see.
There are negative impacts to local beachgoers and fishermen that should be known and taken into consideration as well. These include environmental damage, safety concerns, overcrowding, and economic impact. To touch on these impacts, here are some further information. After we've already touched base on the environmental impact, the safety concerns are fishing lines and hooks posing a safety risk to swimmers and surfers, leaving chances for injury from hooks and lines. Popular fishing spots become overcrowded, leading to conflicts between fishers and other beachgoers. This can detract from the overall beach experience. Economically, while surf fishing can contribute to local economies, if it isn't managed properly, it can lead to a concentration of economic benefits in the hands of a few rather than being distributed among a wider community. Biodiversity is something our planet relies heavily on. Overfishing not only affects the targeted species, but the entire food chain. When certain fish populations decline, it impacts their predators and prey, leading to imbalance of an ecosystem. Industrial fishing has drastically reduced the number of large ocean fish. Some more sought-out species, orange harpy and bluefin tuna, have collapsed in population due to overfishing. If this continues to go unaddressed, overfishing will continue to harm marine ecosystems, jeopardizing the livelihoods of coastal communities and the health of our oceans. Sustainable fishing practices and conservation efforts are more essential now than ever to protect our oceans and maintain healthy marine ecosystems. So what will you